12 days after giving birth to our first child, my wife suffered a fatal blood clot. I spent the last 9 months reading posts here and thinking about all the challenges my wife and I had ahead of us, but I was never really worried, because we were a great team. I was so excited to see my wife become the most amazing mother. We spent hours talking about the future, about the things we would teach our son, about the experiences we would share. I am now a widower and a single father to a newborn. I am broken. There are a million scenarios running through my head, and in none of them can I do this without her. My wife gave my life purpose. The loneliness I feel is unlike anything I could have ever imagined. I love my son, and I will do everything in my power to raise him in a way that would make my wife proud, but in this moment, that feels impossible. I'm not really sure what the purpose of this post is. If anyone has any suggestions on how I could possibly move forward, I am all ears. Edit. Thank you all for your comments and DMs. The response to this post was far greater than I expected. I can't respond to everyone, but I am reading all of the comments. I am grateful for all of the kind words, condolences, thoughts, prayers, well wishes, words of encouragement, and advice, and I am especially grateful to those of you who shared your own experiences with loss and grief. I expect I will be looking back at this post for quite a while. 5 months later. I received a tremendous outpouring of support both in comments and messages as a result of that post, so I wanted to share an update with you all. My son is 6 months old today. That means in 12 days I will have lived half a year as a single parent. Half a year as a widower. When I created my original post, it was nearly impossible for me to imagine I would ever make it this far. Figuring out how to mourn for my wife, while simultaneously figuring out how to care for a newborn has been, without a doubt, the greatest challenge of my life. I know that I still have so much progress to make on both fronts, but for today at least, I am happy to report that my son is thriving. I am hesitant to say this, because I know so many people here are struggling with any number of baby difficulties, and because I don't want to jinx it, but I think I might just have the easiest baby in the history of babies. He is eating and growing like crazy, he is on a fairly regular nap schedule, he has been sleeping through the night for months, 10 to 12 hours every single night, and when he is awake he is almost always in a good mood. It's like he knows that I am not supposed to be doing this on my own, feels bad for me, and has decided to go easy on me. Despite my son's best efforts to make my life easier, the past 6 months have certainly been the hardest of my life. It is truly terrifying to think of all the challenges I have ahead of me. The prospect of raising my son on my own, and in a way that would make my wife proud, is truly daunting. Plus, now if I screw him up, I've got no one to share the blame with, it's 100% on me. But, at least now I have some hope. After all, the next 6 months can't possibly be harder than the last. And if I can make it to 1 year, who's to say I won't make it to 2? I will never stop missing my wife. And though I long for reunion with her, I have come to accept that before I can know that joy, I have a major responsibility in this life. I will put everything I have and everything I am into raising my son, in honor of her. I will keep her memory alive and make sure he knows everything there is to know about his amazing, loving, funny, sarcastic, outspoken, vibrant, beautiful mother. Comment. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I can find the words, or if the words exist, to console you and your family after such a profound loss. We grieve because we loved, and that love makes it so hard to say goodbye. You will miss her and that will feel like agony at times. But whenever you miss her, you can see her in your son's face. Someday when his personality starts to peek through, you'll catch glimpses of her through him. You'll hear her in his laugh, see her in his smile. When it feels like the world is closing in on you and you're at the end of your rope, but you miraculously find the strength to persevere, that's her too. The will to persevere and keep pushing on in the face of unimaginable heartache, that's your wife. Grief can feel like a thick, choking fog. And to be completely honest, it never goes away. But you grow bigger around it. Right now you may feel paralyzed. But you will navigate this with grace and you will emerge on the other side of this. You're both going to make it. And you're going to make her so proud. Sending you and your family so much love.